So Dana White came out recently and he had some things to say about the Canelo situation, as far as the whole trying to reserve arenas and why he wasn't able to get into negotiations or even reserve. He said it wasn't really much talk about it, and he was just kind of upset about the things that he was kind of trying to ask for as far as leading up to the fight and why certain facilities wasn't available to him. And he was saying that, hey, if we're gonna be in a situation like this, then I'll just be going to another situation and try to take a date from Canelo. Not saying directly from Canelo, but as far as the team and the people around him, Dana White is very upset. As far as like he said, we were there last year, referencing the T-Mobile Arena. That was our date last year, and then without even asking us or talking to us, they gave the date away. He's referring to everybody who's around the T-Mobile, MGM, AEG. Although his contract with MGM and AEG restricted him, he sought out alternative venues. I couldn't do the Sphere because I'm under contract with MGM, but because they effed us, they let us do it. So he's saying right now that the MGM, they kind of went another direction or whatever happened allegedly, but he's saying that because they messed up the whole situation as far as where they were going to have the event at, that he had to turn around and basically had to fight at the Sphere. And he said I couldn't do the Sphere because he was under contract with MGM, and they went ahead and let him do it. But one thing I had recently heard that Dana White was talking about, he said that he wanted to take a date away. He was going to end up taking one of those dates. He said whether it was in Cinco de Mayo or September, he was thinking about getting one of those dates. And it's not a battle with Canelo or anything like that. But at the same time, he said my battle was with the people at MGM and everyone else. And that, hey, as you can see, he says my battle's not with Canelo, it's with MGM, and that's because of the way they were setting the dates out and the reservations for putting up fights. It was a lot of things going on to the point where Dana White was very upset. And I don't know if he still feels this way, but he said this recently. He said, I'm going for Mexican Independence Day every year here for the rest of my career, at least, no matter what is going on. I didn't determine whether to go up against Canelo. We were already going. That was our date. We were going on that date. And then they announced that they were going on that date too. Listen, MGM is guaranteeing the gate for that fight. So why would they not go on that date? If MGM is going to put up all of the money, we were there at the MGM last year. That was our date last year. Then without even asking us or talking to us, they gave the date away. That is why I'm at the Sphere. I couldn't do the Sphere because I'm under contract with MGM. Man, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. He said he's trying to he said I'm going for a Mexican Independence Day every year here for the rest of my career at least. And not a shot at Canelo. It's obviously not, because he has Mexican fighters on his roster too that he's trying to celebrate. And also he knows that the fan base is pretty huge in that department for that sport and for the country and for the state, Nevada. Mexican population in that area of the country is pretty wide. It's pretty loaded. So he's definitely trying to gravitate and use that date to celebrate those fan bases. But with him having to struggle and jump through loopholes like that, he's kind of like, whoa, what are we doing? And we're not an option. So with Dana White feeling like he's second fiddle to someone else, he really don't like that because he knows that, hey, I've been doing the same thing too as well. I've been putting up dates as well. So why is this all of a sudden changing? We had a date last year, so why is it a problem? And we knew last year Canelo had moved the date because of the Charlo fight and everything that was leading up. PBC had two undisputed fights before that, so that's why Dana White is not really familiar with it. Like he said, it has nothing to do with Canelo, but hey, as far as the lead up to it and everything that's going on, if he got to make some changes and make some things felt within the business of boxing and sporting combat sports, the whole sporting game and the whole sports world, period, he'll definitely do it. And I feel like if this Conor McGregor thing ends up being realistic and have somewhat of a real fire behind it, then that'll kind of settle his nerves. Maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe it doesn't, but I'll see soon.